Justin Gaethje versus Paddy Pimblett for the interim lightweight title, and Alexander Volkanovski versus Diego Lopez too. What is going down with this absolutely ridiculous matchmaking when it comes to the first Paramount Plus main event, January 24, 2026, UFC 324, and also 7 days after that at UFC 325 taking place in Sydney, Australia, Alexander Volkanovski versus Diego Lopez 2? You guys, this should be a crime. They are absolutely suppressing the career of Movsar and Arman Tsutsukian, two fighters who are ranked #1 in their respective division, who everybody in the UFC understands that both of these guys deserve the next title shot, but are both not in the talks or anywhere even in the hindsights of competing for that title next. You guys, this should be a crime. I want to start it off like this, man. UFC 324, it's a stacked card, right? You got Umar Nurmagomedov, who's competing on that card. He's going to be taking on Davidson Figueiredo, Figgy. Going to be an absolutely banger. You got Waldo Cortez Acosta, who's fighting for the 6th time in 1 calendar year, trying to take himself out of the, the little group that he's in with Neil Magny and Donna Cerrone, and trying to put himself and make history in his own little catalog of being the only fighter in UFC history that has fought 6 times in 1 year, okay? Who's going up against Derek Lewis. Shout out to Derek Lewis for stepping up to the plate when a lot of fighters didn't want to. I seen Josh Hogan, shout out to him. He was calling for this fight. He didn't get it. He wanted another O to his name. Wasn't going to get the dough. But Derek Lewis, I love this, man. I love Derek Lewis. There's nothing that you could tell me. I don't care how many losses. I'm excited every single time I see Derek Lewis fight, all right? And the fact that he's going up against Waldo Cortez Acosta, who's just, in my opinion, holding down the heavyweight division, carrying it on his back and representing it better than even the champions, okay, in this division. I think that's a huge fight, and I love it. You got Song Yadong, who's going up against the former bantamweight world champion, Sugar Sean O'Malley. And I'm telling you guys right now, this is a striker's delight. We know Song Yadong likes to put the pressure, likes to, throw power in every single one of his punches. And we know Sugar Sean O'Malley loves to box on the outside, loves to let his hands go, kicks, punches, 3-punch combinations, in and out, in and out. This is an absolutely exciting stylistic clash between two fighters who like to stand up. Song Yadong might be looking to catch some of Sugar Sean O'Malley's kicks, take him to the floor, use that. I don't know if it's going to work, but in my opinion, this is a great fight. Sugar Sean O'Malley coming off 2 title fights against Merab Dvalishvili. Before that, beating Marlon Chito Vera, defended it. Before that, beating Aljamain Sterling and winning it. This is great to have on the main card, not even as the co-main event or the main event. I was excited when I seen that. Now the co-main event, Kayla Harrison, bantamweight world champion, 2-time Olympic gold medalist in the sport of judo, having enough hype to bring out the retired GOAT, greatest woman of all time in the sport of UFC, Amanda, the Lioness Nunes, former 2-division world champion, having bouts simultaneously, defending them simultaneously in 2 separate fights, which is absolutely ridiculous to do. I usually don't get as excited for women fights, but I'm telling you guys right now, these are bigger women. They aren't small. 2 girls who we know for a fact want to represent and let everybody know in the world that they are the best. It's going to be a great one, all right? But first off, Arman Tsutsukian not even being involved in an interim fight or not even being guaranteed the next title shot is a goddamn crime. I don't care what you say, okay? We all know Ilia Topuria is out into the spring. That could be March, that could be April, that could be May, that could even be June at the White House card or in July, depending on how everything plays. So when we heard this news, we said, there is no other fight that you can make for the interim lightweight world title if it isn't between Arman Tsutsukian, your #1 ranked fighter, and Paddy the Baddy. Okay? That's what I was saying. That had to be it. But never in a million world, and I swear to God, I text my cousin. I text him. I put, it better not be Justin Gaethje versus Paddy Pimblett. I know for a fact if they announce this, people are gonna flip, because Justin Gaethje, I'm okay with Paddy Pimblett fighting on an interim lightweight title against Arman Tsoukian, but Justin Gaethje getting the nod over Arman Tsoukian, if Justin Gaethje beats, if he beats Paddy Pimblett, he's next in line for a world title shot? What is going on here? What happened to Arman, dude? The UFC is suppressing this guy's career, and it is unfair and unreal, okay? What are they gonna do? Set up Arman Tsoukian versus Max Holloway now? Even though I absolutely love that, I still don't think it makes sense. It doesn't make sense having Justin Gaethje compete in an interim lightweight world title. This dude was crying already about, oh, if I don't fight for the world championship, I don't want to fight at all. And you just reward him with this? Arman Tsoukian should be writing some. I wish there was somebody you could write to, you could file some type of lawsuit to, you could do something, because it is a crime what they are doing. And the nerves for them to announce Alexander Volkanovski, who just competed in his last fight against Diego Lopez, to announce that he will be facing Diego Lopez again for the main event for Sydney, Australia, and leave Lerone Murphy and Movsar Evloev, 2 guys on 9-fight win streaks. Movsar, the #1 ranked fighter. Movsar already beaten Diego Lopez. Put that in your head. I don't understand what Dana White, how this even makes sense. It is definitely not about who's the best fighter anymore. Arman Tsoukian is the best #1 ranked fighter in the lightweight division. Movsar, the best in the bantamweight division, ranked #1. Already had beaten Aljamain Sterling, Arnold Allen, and Diego Lopez, who is competing for his second time for a world title against Alexander Volkanovski, when Movsar has already beaten this dude. I'm telling you guys right now, man. Paddy Pimblett versus Justin Gaethje is an exciting fight. It is. Don't get me wrong. We know that's going to be a banger, okay? Every time Justin Gaethje comes to fight, it's a banger. Paddy Pimblett, every single time he comes to fight, he's shocking the world. You thought he was going to have a tough fight with Bobby King Green? No, he made it look easy. You thought we were going to have a possible tough fight with Michael Chandler? No, he makes it look easy. He's been shocking the world, in my opinion. And I said to myself, he deserved the fight against Arman Tsoukian. I don't necessarily think that Justin Gaethje and Paddy Pimblett both deserve a title shot next over Arman Tsoukian. That could be me. Everybody can have different opinions, but I am absolutely dumbfounded about this matchmaking, okay? I love the Gene Silva versus Arnold Allen card that's also on UFC 324, and it's an exciting one. But there's something that I want to talk to you about for the UFC 325 card. Diego Lopez is coming off of a win over Gene Silva. And now we basically found out that that was for the interim shot. Whoever won that fight was going to get a title shot against Alexander Volkanovski. Gene Silva, if he would have beat Diego Lopez in great fashion, if he would have beat him, he would have been next in line over Movsar Evloev and Lerone Murphy. I don't understand what's going down here. It is not about who is the best fighter anymore. It is about who has the most popular name and who could bring in the most money. And I understand. It's exactly what boxing does. That's why you got fighters like Ryan Garcia, who is automatically competing for the WBC strap against Mario Barrios. And when you look at his record, what is he, 1-3-1 in his last 5? It just doesn't make sense. But that is the route that the UFC is making right now. It's not about the #1 ranked fighters in those divisions who everybody knows is the best. It's about who has the most money and the biggest draw. And I'm telling you guys right now, man, the fight and the announcements have been done. I'm pissed off about it, but at the end of the day, there's nothing we can do about this. We can continue to boycott. We'll see if something happens. Maybe they switch up some type of fight. But I already know Dana White is a stubborn guy. This is how it's going to go. Lerone Murphy, Movsar Evloev starting to go back and forth on Twitter. Now that we know what fights are going to be made, there's no other thing that you could do between Movsar Evloev and Lerone Murphy than have them compete against each other. And the winner out of that fight fights the winners out of Diego Lopez and Alexander Volkanovski. The reason why I'm talking about that is because Lerone Murphy has dropped photos of an instance when he trained with Movsar Evloev. These photos are showing what it looks like Movsar Evloev to be knocked out, to be slept. And this is what Lerone Murphy is implying here by posting this and by posting these tweets. Lerone Murphy has started the beef and is exposing Movsar Evloev, whether it's true or not. He's exposing things that was going down between fighters during training. And we all know that is a no-go. We all know that. So at this point, you must make that fight next. I want to see it. I want to see Movsar Evloev get into a test with Lerone Murphy. Lerone Murphy talking this crap, posting these pictures. It is building it up. So can we do one thing right in the UFC and make the right fights? Don't even come at me with these out of nowhere fights. Lerone Murphy's going to be fighting some random dude or something. I don't want to hear it, man. I don't want to hear it. I was expecting a way bigger announcement, being that that was on CBS, being that that was on Paramount Plus, during the halftime shows for the Dallas Cowboys game on Thanksgiving. But at the end of the day, it is what it is, my friends. And I'm sure I'm not the only one out there that it was just as dumbfounded hearing the breaking news on these fight announcements, all right? My name is Alex Ramos. If you agree with me, subscribe to the channel, and I'm